Bow together in prayer. Father, we thank you for the privilege that we have to serve you and to serve in this community. We thank you for our sheriff's department. We thank you for our court system. We thank you for the participation of the community, Lord, and we just pray that you bless in each area. Lord, I do pray that you would give us wisdom as we do the business of the county, and that as things need to be taken care of, that we do everything that would bring honor and glory to you. And again, we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Kinley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lawrence.
Here.
Commissioner Leyland.
Present.
Commissioner Locke. Chair Jones.
Yep.
Commissioner Howie. Present. Commissioner Barrera.
Present.
Commissioner Marquetti.
Here.
And Commissioner Lee.
Here. All right, welcome everybody. I'll open the floor for public comment, but before I do, it's a little change on the agenda. From now on, this first public comment is for agenda items only. So I'm going to say that again, it's for agenda items only. So if anybody has any comments for agenda items only, the floor is yours. All right, I'm going to close the floor for public comment. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I would like to add underneath presentations, new sheriff recruits, and then move presentations directly after the approval of the agenda.
I
Got
see.
it. No, that's not a motion.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need that. All
Mr.
right.
Chairperson?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I would like to move M-072-24 to new business, which would make it number 2 under new business.
07224. It's a new business. Any other additions or deletions? Hearing none. Commissioner Howie.
I move to approve the agenda for the Cass County Board of Commissioners
Second.
As amended, right?
as amended.
All right. So motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, so now we go to presentations. Sheriff?
Thank you. Gentlemen.
I'd like to present to you the 3 of the 4 recruits that are going to be going to the Lake Michigan College Police Academy starting next week. So we wanted to have a look at them before, then maybe we'll give you an after they're done.
Got some gray hair, maybe?
So, I don't know about gray hairs, they're only like 20 years old. So first we have David Suarez, he's from Cassopolis, and he's 20 years old, and excited, right? Now you got a 10-minute speech now, so.
No, you don't.
Next is Tate Ottman, he's from Edwardsburg. And then we have Brandon Labita, who's from Dowagiac. So that's pretty cool. I got Edwardsburg, Cass, and Dowagiac covered. And
Nice.
guess what? I interviewed a guy from Marcellus just yesterday, so we're hoping to send him to the next wave
Nice.
through the academy as well. So these gentlemen have been through a lot. They've had to go through some pre-employment training. They've had to take a written test, a physical test. They've had to go through psychological testing, so they got through that.
500
And,
questions of the same 20 answers.
So Brandon, his dad actually just retired from the sheriff's office in October, so we're kind of continuing on a tradition there too. There's one other, Nathaniel Ramirez was not able to be with us tonight. He's from Sodus, just a little outside of Cass County, but he had to work this evening and couldn't be here. So just want to let you see who you're putting your money into, and we look forward to the next 45 years of you working here. So.
Welcome. Welcome, gentlemen, you know. Yeah, we support our law enforcement.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. All right, now we're gonna move on to recognitions. So the first one will be Victims' Right Week Rights Week book cover winners. Prosecutor Fitz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, this is an annual event, but it's always a fun event and one we appreciate you as commissioners letting us take part in. This is a great thing for the kids, and why don't we bring them right in right now, Marie, so they can hear this as well. So.
This is the best one of the year.
It's pretty cool. Kids, why don't you come right up here? Just stand right in this area right here. You can start, young man, start right there next to Mr. Newton. And I wish you guys just kind of fill in. You want to look at these guys in front of you. You don't want to look behind you. The important ones, they're all important, but these are the ones that are holding the meeting today. So. We do have a few kids that didn't make it and so forth, but we've got a lot of parents, and I think there's even a relative of one of our commissioners might be here today too also. So Mary Howie has a grandson that's here today as well. So. Yeah.
Would anybody be opposed if we move them up here and have them half moon so their parents can actually get pictures of it?
Yeah, that's a.
Would you like them up there? Yeah. Okay, kids.
Just so their backs aren't
All
to
right,
the
sure.
parents.
Kids, walk right up to the
Come on
front.
up here.
Now, it'll be a little complicated because they're going to get their awards from
Now you
the
guys
different
can
ones, but
look
we'll be
that
able to
way.
handle that, so, all right. So we've got a lot of, as I mentioned, a lot of proud parents and a lot of proud family members here today. And kids, as I mentioned to you, the people that are seated at these tables are county commissioners. And as I mentioned, they're very important people in the county. They determine what to do with a very important thing, and that's your parents' taxpayer dollars. And I know that they take a lot of serious consideration as to what they're going to do with that money and so forth, because they want to make sure that we have a county that's well-run, that does the right things, and that is something that's efficiently distributed for everybody, so that we got a safe community, we've got a good community, and one where people like to live in. So you've got primarily commissioners, but you also have an elected official right behind you. That's Monica McMichael as well. She's our county clerk. And down here at the right hand, this is Matt Newton. He's our county administrator. And the rest of these individuals are our county commissioners. And I think I'll just ask them to just go around and tell each of these and their parents too, so they know who you are and what the district you represent.
Okay. I'm RJ Lee. I represent District 8, which is Porter, Calvin, and a third of Mason Township.
Hi, I'm Roseanne Marchetti, and I represent a good portion of Edwardsburg and Otway Township, and I also represent a part of Mason Township too.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Leyland. I serve as District 1 County Commissioner. That makes up the northwest portion. The majority of Pokagon Township, Silver Creek Township, and 7/8 of Wayne Township.
Good evening, I'm Samuel Barrera. I cover District 6, that's Milton Township, part of Otway Township, the village of Edwardsburg, and a little piece of Howard Township as well.
I'm Jeremiah Jones, and I wish I could fit into that jacket because I'm jealous. I like it. I went to school there too, and so do my kids.
You're the one with the hammer.
I'm the guy with the hammer. Yeah. Yeah, Thor. And a cowboy hat. So I represent part of Pokagon Township and 98% of Howard Township. That's District 4, and I'm the chair of the board, the guy with the hammer and the cowboy hat.
Monica, go ahead and introduce yourself to this.
I'm Monica McMichael. I'm the county clerk register. I get to represent the entire county. And I am also Easton's neighbor. So nice to see you here, Easton.
I'm Mary Howie. I represent District 5, and that covers Jefferson and LaGrange and Jackie.
I'm Joyce Locke, and I represent District 3, which is Helena, Penn, Marcellus, and Newburgh.
I am James Lawrence, and I represent the city of Wajack and the south half of Wayne Township.
Thank you, everyone. Just, I know we've got a lot on the agenda today, so I'll move this quickly, but I just want to talk a little bit about the booklets. Again, kids, as I explained to you, and just so that everybody in the room does know what these are about, in the prosecutor's office, there are a lot of times we have to call kids into court. They witness something really serious that they've got to come in and testify about, and sometimes they're victims of some really dangerous stuff, and I think the parents know more what I'm talking about than the kids do, and we'll just leave it at that. But sometimes when they come to court, they're really nervous and scared. We've got a comfort dog that they get to have sit next to them when they testify, but also before they even get into court, they get to look at your book, and your book is going to make a really important difference in the lives of these kids because they get to see these pictures so they understand better what the system is all about. And you guys did some beautiful artwork here. We, as we've mentioned, this is one of our favorite things of the year to go through this artwork, and because it's a really positive thing what you did. And these pictures will make a difference. I will mention just one area of it that I particularly like this year, and that's about 2 or 3 pictures in. We had some pictures of some dogs and cats, so we said, what the heck? Let's throw some dogs and cats in here too. So, because we've got comfort dogs, we don't have a comfort cat yet, but we'll see what happens there. So. But again, and one last thing I'll say about the booklet, just kind of an interesting thing. Every year we see these kids, imitation is the highest form of flattery. And sometimes we see a theme going through these books, or through the pictures. One kid will start drawing something, and a lot of the kids will just, mimic that, and that's a good thing. And one of the things that was really prominent this year was sunshine. If you see on the front end, you've got the sun right here, and then on the back of it, you've got a beautiful picture of a sunrise or a sunset. It can be either one. And you'll see throughout the book, you'll see, the sun in a variety of pictures here just randomly. You can find it in most of the pictures. You've got it there as well. So, again, great job, you guys, bringing some sunshine into these kids' lives. So, without further ado, let's get into the presentation of your plaques and your awards. I'm going to read off some names. It's going to start down here right with Administrator Newton. And when you hear your name read off, you just look around the room. Somebody will be raising their hand like this one. It'll be Mr. Newton, and it'll start kind of this order. Then the order will kind of go get a little bit scattered. But again, just go get your plaque and stand right in front of that individual after you get your plaque. So the first one is Viviana Ambrose from Edwardsburg School. Viviana, just go right up there. And Viviana, stay right there, there you go. Thank you. Okay, next would be Luke Bennett with Jim Lawrence. Luke, right here. Okay, and you can stand right in front of where Mr. Lawrence is sitting. Just stand right in front of his chair or his seat. Next up is Lillian Dosman, Roseanne Marchetti. And is Lillian here today? Marie? Okay, just Marie, if you could if they're not here, just let us know right away. So, okay, and Roseanne, we'll let them know in a letter that you were the one that was going to present it. So I think it's from your district. Then we've got Marcia Ballinger from Ryan Leyland. Marcia?
Marshall?
Oh, also not here today, Ryan. It looks like so. And also, kids, as you're waiting in line, you might open up your book to your individual picture so that when we take a picture, we'll have those all presented as well. Next is Maya King, Sam Barrera. Nope, not here. Okay. Bailey Lucas. Okay. All right, and Bailey, you're getting that from Jeremiah Jones, who's the chair. And Bailey, her picture won the award for the front cover. So we'll give her a second round of applause. Next would be somebody who I believe is related to Mary Howie, Commissioner Howard, and that's Peyton Jackson, a shy young man. You may not be shy, but you haven't figured out satire yet either. So, all right. Next is Lila Wilt. Lila Wilt, R.J. Lee. And Lila, just so you know, the two most prominent covers are the front and the back, and Lila did the back cover, inside back. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Next is Lynn Lee Hoppengamer. Nope, not here today. That would be Jeremiah Jones. Was going to give that also. Next is Luke Baker, Roseanne Marchetti. Lila Baker, excuse me. Lila Baker. Lila. Is Lila here?
Not here.
Okay, Marie, come on over here because I can't hear you over there. So. All right, everybody else is here? Okay, shaking your head, I can't hear a shake of the head. So. All right, next is Opal Ryland. Is Opal here? Nope. No. That would have been Sam Barrera. Next is Dane Boyton. Dane, you would be DeMonica McMichael, our county clerk. Next would be Catherine Jessup, and that would be to Joyce Locke. And Joyce, Catherine is the back cover winner. She did the beautiful sunset, so, or sunrise. Next would be Easton Ruth, the front inside winner, and that would also be Joyce Locke, handing that out. And next we have Morgan Brown to Jim Lawrence. And finally would be Jalen Foster to Commissioner Ryan Leyland. All right, great job, kids. One last thing we want to ask you to do is if you could go back up to the front where you were, have your book open to your artwork, and the commissioners will get behind you, and we'll take a picture of the whole group there. And parents, if you do want to sneak up a little bit to get a better shot, feel free to do that. The commissioners, Matt, feel free to go up there too if you
I
want.
see you all walking to school.
Sure.
Luna Jones, she's in kindergarten now.
Why don't you get one without me and then you get one with me?
Here, man, you can hold it. Too late, man.
We're all trying to fit in.
He's got the hammer.
Kids, one last shot, kids. I want you to make sure you're smiling. Everybody say guilty.
Is everybody satisfied with pictures?
That should have been guilty as charged.
Too much.
Guilty as charged.
Thanks,
Okay,
Dan.
kids, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Pictures now?
Whoa. That would have been bad.
Mr. Chair, rest of the commissioners, thank you so much for this presentation.
Here, Vic.
Do you have anything where the kids weren't here, Maria, I can pick those up?
Man, I owe Ryan big time. I was about to bust him. I wanted to sit down, the chair wasn't there. Yeah. That'd be funny. That might make the news. We're gonna wait until everybody leaves. There's a few people are staring at me, wondering why I ain't saying nothing. All right, that was good. That was a highlight of the day. All right, number 2, under hotel, we have R06062-24. It's a resolution recognizing National Correctional Officers Week. Who would like to, would anyone like to? I'll give you a second.
Second.
Yeah.
Second.
No, not yet.
Okay, hold on, folks.
Oh,
I have one more certificate.
no, I gave mine up.
Everyone has theirs?
Maria, I've got Jeremiah's here.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead, Chair.
All right, thank you.
Resolution 062-24, a resolution to recognize National Correctional Officer Week in Cass County. Whereas correctional officers are trained law enforcement professionals dedicated to maintaining safe correctional facilities and ensuring public safety. Whereas correctional facilities across the U.S., both civilian and military, public and private, are run by highly qualified and experienced individuals with deep understanding of the challenges within the profession. Whereas correctional officers and employees are responsible for the custody, care, and rehabilitation of thousands of offenders every year, as well as the maintenance of safe and secure facilities. Whereas correctional officers are employees teach, train, mentor, counsel, and treat thousands of offenders. Whereas correctional officers and employees provide offenders with direction, hope, and new focus while assisting with reentry and life outside corrections. And whereas correctional officers and employees rise to meet any challenge and serve this honorable profession nobly and admirably. Now therefore be it resolved by the Cass County Board of Commissioners that correctional officers and employees, especially our exemplary staff at the Cass County Jail, deserve the recognition for their service and should be commended by leaders in the profession and the public and our elected officials for the tremendous job they do and exceptional performance of duties under the most difficult of circumstances. Be it further resolved that the Cass County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaims the week of May 5th through May 11th, 2024 as National Correctional Officers Week in Cass County and call upon the people of Cass County to express their gratitude and appreciation for the professionalism, courage, dedication, and valuable contributions made to the public safety by Cass County Correctional Officers. Adopted this second day of May 2024, I so move.
Second.
We have motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Lawrence,
Yes.
Commissioner Leyland,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Chair Jones.
Yep.
Commissioner Howie,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera,
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti,
Yes.
and Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
All right, resolution passes. That is a,
Chairperson?
yes, ma'am.
I would be happy to read R-063-24.
Please do.
Thank you. It's a resolution to recognize National Police Week and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our republic. Whereas the Congress and the President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. And whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Cass County Sheriff's Office. And whereas National Police Week will be observed May 12th through May 18th, 2024, to commemorate law enforcement officers, past and present, who, by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities, have rendered a dedicated service to their communities and, in so doing, have established themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. And whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, more than 24,067 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty, including one member of the Cass County Sheriff's Office. And whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., and whereas 282 names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this spring, including 118 officers who were killed during 2023 and 164 officers who died in previous years. And whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day, in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags shall be flown at half-staff. And whereas the Cass County Sheriff's Office will hold a memorial on May 15th at 12 p.m. in memory of Deputy Shane Britton. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Cass County Board of Commissioners hereby designates and proclaims the week of May 12th through 18th, 2024 as National Police Week and publicly salutes the service of all law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation. Be it further resolved to designate and proclaim May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of those law enforcement officers who, through their courageous deeds, have made the ultimate sacrifices in service to their community or have become disabled in the performance of duty, and recognize and pay respect to the survivors of our fallen heroes. Adopted this second day of May 2024, and I move we accept this resolution.
Support. Second.
All right, motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Leyland,
Without question.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Chair Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Howie,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera,
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
and Commissioner Lawrence.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
R 64-24, resolution recognizing Professional Municipal Clerks Week. A resolution to recognize Professional Municipal Clerks Week in Cass County from May 5th to May 11th. Whereas there are professional municipal clerks serving towns, townships, villages, cities, boroughs, and counties throughout Michigan, the United States,
Canada, and 13 other countries. Whereas Professional Municipal Clerks Week was first declared in 1984 when President Ronald Reagan signed a proclamation dedicating the first full week of May as a time to recognize the essential role municipal clerks play in local government. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants. Whereas it provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels. Whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Whereas municipal clerks serve as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas the municipal clerk maintains and oversees the integrity of local, state, and national elections within the community, ensuring that all residents have the opportunity to vote and that their vote will count. Now therefore be it resolved that the Cass County Board of Commissioners designates and proclaims the week of May 5th through the 11th, 2024 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our County Clerk Register, Monica McMichael, and to all professional municipal clerks throughout Cass County for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Adopted this second day of May 2024, so moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor with support. Any discussion? Roll call,
Chair
please.
Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Howie.
Definitely yes.
Commissioner Barrera.
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti.
Yes.
Commissioner Lee.
Thank you, Monica, yes.
Commissioner Lawrence.
Yes.
Commissioner Leyland.
Yes.
And Commissioner Locke.
Yes.
All right, resolution passes. Ryan, would you like to take the next one?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Resolution 078-24, resolution to recognize completion of the Northwestern University School of Police and Staff Command Program. Whereas Under Sheriff Clint Roach has dedicatedly served the Cass County community with distinction and honor. Whereas his commitment to law enforcement excellence is evident in his continuous pursuit of professional development. Whereas Under Sheriff Roach has successfully completed the rigorous program at the Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command, which is renowned for its comprehensive curriculum and practical approach to police management and leadership. And whereas this esteemed educational achievement is a testament to Under Sheriff Roach's unwavering dedication to his profession and his desire to enhance the capabilities of the Cass County Sheriff's Office. Now therefore be it resolved that the Cass County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes and congratulates Under Sheriff Clint Roach for his significant educational accomplishment and his exemplary service to our community. Adopted this second day of May 2024, I so move.
Second.
Motion on the floor and support. You better not say nothing bad as you get arrested today. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Locke.
Yes.
Chair Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Howie.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera.
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti.
Yes.
Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
Commissioner Lawrence.
Yes.
And Commissioner Leyland.
Yes.
Resolution
Sheriff, come
passes.
up. Since the undersheriff lives in my district, I'm going to present him with a county challenge coin. Thank you.
All right. Vice Chair Barrera.
I move that the above listed items be voted on at one time by roll call vote and be considered as a consent agenda by the Board of Commissioners.
I second.
Motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? Hearing none. Monica?
Commissioner Howie.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera.
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti.
Yes.
Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
Commissioner Lawrence.
Yes.
Commissioner Leyland.
Yes.
Commissioner Locke.
Yes.
And Chair Jones.
Yes. All right. District 1.
We had a pretty successful hazardous waste event tire collection last week. The only downfall, in my opinion, only my opinion, it's an event that's sponsored by the Board of Commissioners, so it'd be great if a few more commissioners could show up. Maybe not to help, but just to be there and help direct traffic maybe. It gets really, really congested. I know we all have our outside of commissioner lives and duties, so that's understandable. So maybe we're to the point we should talk about the next scheduled event and try to make sure it's more unrestricted to everybody's schedule. And then myself, Commissioner Locke, Commissioner Marquetti just returned from the Michigan Association of Counties Conference. Yesterday, we were there Monday to Wednesday afternoon. And the only thing I need to bring back from that, besides, if anybody wants a copy of the slides from the conference, I'll be happy to get them to you once they send them out. But we were presented with I don't want to call it a plaque. It's a portrait of every county seal of all 83 counties in the state of Michigan for the 125th anniversary from
That's beautiful.
the Michigan Association of Counties
It's beautiful.
last year. It's currently sitting in admin, so if anybody wants to check it out, it's in there. And then eventually it'll probably move to the chamber, so that's all I have.
That'd be cool. District 2.
Well, I was in the township at a city meeting, we had the meeting a week ago, and Kevin talked to me a little bit about the ambulance, and he asked me if we could get together and sit down and have a deep discussion on the ambulance and what we can do in the future for it. So he and I will be getting together here pretty soon and doing some yakking together on the ambulance service. My goal is to have an ambulance service that we can count on in the future.
That'd be
That's
great.
my goal, and that's the goal I'm gonna stick with, however we need to do it. But one of the things that we need to do is to bring our county together. One of the things that really is appalling, it's appalling to me, is the negative response when we were talking about just discussing, what we're gonna do, and just discussing that, hey, maybe we might have, do a countywide millage for the ambulance service, and there was some of the people that were on the township boards were very, I would have to say irate about that, didn't want the county involved in anything. So how do we get cohesiveness together? Because it's for all of us, not just for this township over here or this township over here, because they already have their ambulance service and they already have their funding. But we need to start working together on this, and we need some resolve so that the ambulance service is 30 years down the road, 40 years down the road, 50 years down the road. This 10-year ambulance service and then going out of business is not good. And we need to correct that. Somehow, some way, cohesiveness, and correct this ambulance service so we have it. So I have, and Roseanne has, an ambulance when we call it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Thanks. District 3.
The MAC conference was very good. Took away some very interesting things. But, and then in Volenia Township, their village did pass for their ambulance. So that was a good thing.
To put on the ballot.
Yes, to put on the ballot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like what?
Yeah.
District 5.
Nothing at this time.
District 6.
Just as spring is upon us, Ottawa Township had their spring cleanup day, which was very successful. I think you guys, Jerry, has done a great job with that, and a lot of great people showed up, and me and my son had a great time being there. This weekend, Milton has theirs, a little bit earlier times. I think it's from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., but we're planning on being there as well, so that's all I have for now.
All right. I couldn't go because I was working for Jerry. District 7.
Okay, I have to kind of piggyback on what Sam said. Ottawa Township held its cleanup on April 27th. They filled 7 dumpsters. Mason Township, the township that RJ and I represent, they have a program with the American Waste in Union, and they have a voucher system where you pick up a voucher at the township hall and you can take whatever you need over to their facility, and you can do that 3 times a year. And then regarding our hazardous waste, it's on our website. This is the first time I ever did this, but we kept track of all of the vehicles. Well, we didn't get them all, I have to say that, and where they came from. And we had a total of 249 vehicles that had either tires, hazardous waste, or used electronics. And it started according to Bob Thompson, at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then when I got there at 2:30, there were already cars full. So I know that 249 vehicles, I know we had more than that. And I want to thank all of those people who helped. Scott Wyman, Terry Wyman, Babita Onby, Brent Floria, Skip Dyes, Ryan Kenley, and Paxton Leyland, Jennifer Renfro, James Tito, Bob Thompson, and Jerry Marchetti. I attended the Southwest Michigan Planning Commission on April 16th, and we approved the Unified Work Program, and we had a GIS presentation from Jill Plesher. And we also viewed their new website. The County Planning Commission met on April 24th, and we approved an Otway Township zoning request, a Porter Township zoning amendment, and a PA 116 request from Pokagon. We received the proposed master plan public survey to review, and we're doing that right now. All the members are reviewing it, and if there's something we like about it or don't like about it, we are going to let Rebecca Harvey know. After the approval, the survey will be distributed and will also be available at our public open house, which it will be sometime in July. Then I, along with Commissioners Leyland and Locke, attended the MAC Legislative Conference in Lansing. Some of the highlights were we had a broadband presentation which explained the latest round of funding, a roundtable discussion which involved 2 senators and 2 state representatives, and we got an explanation of the new wind and solar siting laws, and those 3 were very good. And that's it, unless you have a question for me.
County Library.
Oh, okay. I forgot. I'm sorry, Jerry. Okay, the library is having an open house, groundbreaking ceremony on May 8th at 10 a.m. in the morning, and everyone is invited to that. And Barbara Gordon will be at the Township Hall on their next meeting with some explanations about what they're going to be doing and how soon they expect it to be finished.
All right, you get to follow that, District 8.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I have nothing to report right now.
Yeah. All right. Administrator report, you got 15 seconds.
It's in the packet.
Yeah.
Any questions? A couple things real quick. Tammy isn't here, our equalization director, but she just completed the Leading on Purpose program, which is, some of us had done the High Performance Leadership Academy. Leading on Purpose was kind of the next segment. They just rolled that out recently, and Tammy jumped on to be one of the guinea pigs to try out the new program, and she fully completed it. I wanted to congratulate her and let all of you know her great accomplishment there. I'll touch on a couple other things. Class comp study. We had a committee that was prepared or that was authorized by the Board of Commissioners. I wanted to thank all the elected officials, as well as Finance Director Renfro and HR and Payroll Director Daly for all the work. Everybody did a really good job of brainstorming ideas, coming up with a great RFP package. That was actually issued, I believe it was as of last Friday. And we sent it out to about 10 different vendors now. We've had other vendors actually reaching out, so I think the response is going to be pretty good. Obviously, once we get that back, we'll be bringing that to the board for consideration after the committee reviews and provides a recommendation itself. We're looking at probably having that for the June Committee of the Whole meeting for the board to consider for approval at the July regular meeting. Opioid Settlement Committee, I'm happy to report we had our first application for funding for the Opioid Settlement Committee. You guys will see that at the next Committee of the Whole meeting for your consideration. Broadband mapping has been completed. I put the link actually in the packet that's online as well. We're working on getting the data transferred from DCS Technology to the county. We're going to create some dashboards and do some other really fun things. I talked to GIS Director Espeland about that in the last couple of days, so I'm excited to see that. The other thing I guess I'll mention is after tonight, I know there's a resolution for materials management planning. At the next Committee of the Whole, we're going to be considering the interlocal agreement between the 3 counties. And then as well, just so that to try to help avoid confusion in the lead up to kind of the program planning, we're getting a grant from the state to offset the cost for the program. But in the designated planning agencies, so like the Southwest Michigan Planning Commission is ours, they didn't provide a mechanism to offset the costs they're incurring in creating the plan up front. So there's gonna be an agreement there where the counties are gonna share in that cost and we'll be reimbursed for it. So you'll see 2 items at the next meeting. They are 2 separate things, but wanted you to, just to help avoid questions and prepare you guys to be able to see those. And that's all I got.
All right. Any questions for our administrator? All right, hearing none, do we have any county partners that would like to speak? If you want to, we consider you a county partner and friend.
I don't have anything prepared at this time.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next time.
Next time.
Sheriff, you could have the floor if you want it again.
Just was mentioned in your resolutions, which are appreciated for the Corrections Officers Week and the Law Enforcement Memorial, and it was mentioned about the memorial that we'll be having on May 15th at high noon, honoring Shane Britton, the only deputy killed in the line of duty. And there'll be a light luncheon served with that, so if you can make it out, it'll be a beautiful sunny day, I promise. But other than that, we are getting, starting to do the security upgrade in the jail. We're actually taking a group down to Indianapolis to have it all put together, and we'll actually see it working there on site before they come up and start fully implementing the last week of May and the first week of June. So I'm looking forward to that being completed as well.
You say again what time the memorial will be?
It's high noon.
High noon.
High noon.
Okay.
Yeah, the flyers in the packet.
There's a big flyer in the packet.
Library's back up in case of foul weather?
Yes, I'm sorry, it's right at the Sheriff's Office
Thanks,
Memorial
everybody.
Garden, and library was a great backup plan last time, so.
Vic,
Taking up enough time today, I'll pass.
Monica.
Just quickly, want to thank you all for recognizing the clerks and their hard work on elections and everything else they do. My predecessor used to say, if they don't know where to put it, they give it to the clerk, and it's very true. I am going to share that with all the local clerks, and I know they will appreciate it, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Jeff Van Bell.
Thanks for the cleanup days. You'd be surprised how much of that stuff we find out there, so it's very appreciated, board. We had somebody come down to Ottawa. I was down there working and had some hazardous waste, so we said, hey, just take it back and you can bring it back. So I saw that line over there. If there's one thing that we can do, yes, it's a little bit of money, but it really is something that where rubber meets the road. It's truly appreciated.
Yeah, and we want the rubber to meet the trailers, not the road.
Right.
Exactly.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, no unfinished business. On the new business, we're gonna take care of the M072-24 first. Right?
It was moved to 2.
It was moved to 2? All right, we'll go to R077-24, the resolution to adopt Cass County Community Corrections Fund and DHS Child Care Fund Deficit Elimination Plan.
I'll give a little intro there. So, as was noted in the fiscal year 23 audit, we had 2 funds that ended the year with a slight deficit. As such, a budget adjustment was needed to transfer the funds to eliminate the deficit. The deficit was primarily due to lower than expected revenue. Resolution 7724 approves the deficit elimination plan, and then we are going to take steps to increase monitoring more to ensure we prevent discrepancies in the future. Part of the challenge is that we aren't able to make budget adjustments for a fiscal year after the year is over. So in some cases, you're kind of planning on what you think expenses are going to come, but sometimes expenses come in, a month, 2 months, 3 months after that, and so you're then kind of scrambling, do we have enough there? So just a heads up, we're going to look at how we refine that process a little bit, and as we approach budget amendments for the year on how we might be able to anticipate those things a little better, but the resolution is required to satisfy what we need with the state to move forward.
Mr. Chair, I'll make the motion for R07724 to be adopted the second day of May 2024. I so move.
Second.
Motion on the floor, support. Any discussion? Hearing none, Monica?
Commissioner Barrera,
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti?
Yes.
Commissioner Lee?
Yes.
Commissioner Lawrence?
Yes.
Commissioner Leyland?
Yes.
Commissioner Locke?
Yes.
Chair Jones?
Yes.
And Commissioner Howard?
All right. Resolution passes. Now number 2, M072-24. Roseanne?
Yes, sir. I asked to pull this because I had some issues with it. First of all, we have a recommendation, or we have from our attorney. And I thought that, I think we need to take this back to the policy committee. We have the recommendation from the attorney, and then I also, on the first page, page 4, it says prohibited conduct and conflicts of interest, divulging confidential information to any person not authorized to obtain such information. Actually, that needs to be countywide, because we have employees who do get and see confidential information, not just elected officials and elected and appointed officials. So I would like to see this go back to the policy committee and would clean it up a little bit. Our county attorney, I thought gave a very good judgment when he said, well, that costs a lot of money to have him review on a yearly basis what everybody is doing and whether it's a conflict of interest. So I'm going to make a motion that we send this back to the policy committee.
I'll support the motion.
All right. Motion on the floor and support. Is there any discussion?
I did read through that too, and it sounded like he just said if we removed section 6 specifically, that would be enough to fit at least his standards. That's
Okay.
got that.
Anybody else?
Just for further clarification, so to go back to policy, where does it travel after that? It'll go back to the BLC meeting?
And then it'll come back.
Or does it?
I think it could come straight back to.
Come straight back to a business meeting
Yeah, regular
and
meeting.
skip the cow.
That's what I meant. Yep.
That way there's no more of a delay. All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Oh, let's have a roll call, please.
Yep.
All right, who am I gonna call first? Commissioner Lee?
No.
Commissioner Marquetti?
Yes.
Commissioner Leyland?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera?
Yes.
Chair Jones?
Yep.
Commissioner Howie?
No.
Commissioner Locke?
Yes.
And Commissioner Lawrence?
No.
I have 3 noes, 5 yeses.
All right. Motion passes. We'll see it again in a couple weeks. All right. Second public comment. This is limited to three minutes per person. This is for anything other than the agenda. And the floor is now open.
I'm going to do the Columbo thing here. I got one more thing. I did want to mention, neglected to mention this earlier, we did have the good fortune of, we've had very few applicants for assistant prosecutors over the last couple of years and so forth. I've done a lot of recruiting, and I was able to get a really stellar attorney who's just joined our staff this week as an assistant prosecutor, a guy by the name of Ken Stecker. He is in the book. He served in Kalamazoo County as an assistant prosecutor. He was also the chief assistant in Branch County. Then he was with our Prosecutors Association for about a decade and a half. During that period of time, he became the traffic expert for the state of Michigan, drunk driving laws in particular, as well as drug offenses. He's a nationally known speaker. He's done a lot of work. He's probably one of the best in the nation on traffic offenses and so forth. And I talked with him, as I mentioned to one of the other electeds, I talked to him probably several times a week for about 4 months, and finally convinced him that the last few years of his career, he might want to spend them in Cass County. And so we'll see if we can keep him. But again, just thrilled to have him, and I'll bring him here with one of the next meetings so that you get a chance to meet him. He's tried well over 100 jury trials, and so he's just an excellent addition to the staff. So I'll let you know.
Thanks, Vic.
Yep, you bet. Thank you.
Anybody else? Mr. Howie.
Mark Howie from Jefferson Township. Many of you may know this, but I'm running for commissioner for District 5, which is Jefferson and LaGrange Townships. My background is business, manufacturing primarily. I've been responsible for P&L, total business operations for a multi-million-dollar company, a billion-dollar corporation, a multi-million-dollar division of that company. So I'll be around. I've been around before, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Floor is now closed for public comment. No closed session. Any announcements? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I had the opportunity to talk to Chris Scherer, who has done our broadband mapping. And we have 511 parcels that are unserved. And he, and MEC on our behalf, will presenting the BEAD challenge for all 511 parcels. So within the next several months, we should hear that the MEC and Comcast will apply for grants to take care of those unserved parcels. So in probably 2 years' time, all our parcels will be served.
Should be
We're the
100%.
most connected county in the state of Michigan.
Wow, that's great. Anybody else? Hearing none, one final order of business.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. We are done.
Don't go anywhere.
I know. I gotta run. Bye.
Should that come